We are live from ILTACON. I'm with Shannon, Bales from Munger Tolls, out on the West Coast, if I remember correctly. You still out on the West Coast?
We're out on the West Coast, but with offices in D.C., San Francisco, and Los Angeles.
This is not your first ILTACON, Shannon.
This is not my first ILTACON.
Yeah.
I think this is maybe my fourth or fifth. Yeah.
And so what's the thing that's hitting you the most? We had a great breakfast yesterday. We had 75 people. We were talking about what's now and what's next, the difference between productivity and market share. But other than that, like, what really is kind of hitting you this year as you walk the floor and take in the sessions?
Well, before I say my answer, I did want to say the Cowan breakfast is something that I'm so proud to be part of and invited to. The quality of the people that I meet there, and the variety and diversity of opinions that are there, and the things that we talk about, it really is for me a boost. It's a boost in my ego as I leave, because you give me something to think about, and I feel better about myself as I leave your event, and I really appreciate that. So I wanted to say thank you.
You're so very, very welcome.
As far as what I'm looking for here at ILTA, it is trying to, as I manage a team of 13, they're amazing at what they do. They're fantastic. But we want to be ready for AI, and how do we convert people that are amazing project managers for tools like relativity and do forensics, some basic forensic consulting and that kind of thing, so that they're prepared to have conversations about AI in the future. It's a different way of doing things, where when we're setting up a database of some kind, or talking about computer forensics, a lot of that conversation is very routine, and it's a very established workflow. I think AI differs in that the conversations are different.
Yes.
That they're going to need to be in person or virtual or however, but it's a process of going through and determining what's important in that case so that you can create that prompt.
One of the things that I like so much about the professionals that are in litigation and e-discovery in particular is that you've been forced you've been caused to, or have had the opportunity to be critical thinkers and to figure things out and to use a lot of language, right? E-discovery 101, 201, 301 as we've moved through this process. So if you've come through that, I have to believe that you've got a team of people that are, one, they're radically curious. They're constantly figuring things out. They've got to use a lot of language. And I think, tell me if you agree or see it differently, I think in order to be successful at this stage of working with artificial intelligence, which is becoming augmented intelligence, if you're in that, you need good language skills, communication skills, and curiosity. Does that fit for you?
That is a total jive for me.
Yeah.
It's the difference between being a consultant and being a task taker. And my message, I hear eyeballs rolling in the back of their head right now. That my message to my team is, you want to be a consultant. And to my peers here at the ILTA conference and everywhere around, you want to be a consultant and not a ticket taker. And I feel that we've been successful in creating consultants at our firm, and we just want to stay abreast of what's going on and to keep that consultancy edge and be able to move with how the market is moving and how the conversation is going to be different in the future.
What's your technology of choice? Are you ChatGPT, Copilot, and Perplexity? What's your favorite tech platform?
I'm really fortunate that I have a very forward-thinking firm, and the approach has been, let's get everything. And so we've utilized everything from ChatGPT to Harvey to CoCounsel, Copilot, and I think we're having success, across those. My own personal favorites are ChatGPT and Copilot. I still don't have a really strong opinion on which document review tool will be the winner out of all of this. In my personal life, I appreciate Claude quite a bit.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I've been a big fan. I just got back from Japan on Saturday, and one thing that these LLMs do great is create itineraries for you. And I loaded the same itinerary into ChatGPT and into Claude, and Claude blew it out of the water and just did fantastic. tying in my locations so that they were close to each other without mistake and without issue. And I had a couple of issues when I used ChatGPT, even though it's my preferred work tool for helping with writing emails and tools of that nature.
So what does that? I mean, what does that say to where we are right now? So this is, it's August. It's 2025. Is it just a fact that we, right, the community, you, me, we're just going to have to continue to use these various tools until we figure it out? Like there is no this is Mercedes and this is Lexus
right.
and this is Tesla. It's like we need to continue to drive everything until they figure some things out, until we figure out how we want to work with them.
Yeah, I think due diligence and conferences like ILTA and Solid go a long way to being able to vet and hear real world opinions as to what's working and what's not. And what's working today may not work 6 months from now, and there's going to be a lot of leapfrogging and changes as to who the leader is, right? And I think it just becomes very important to stay connected.
Yeah.
And connect with your peers and find out what's working for them and share that information so that we're working with what's the best tool for the job. In my example, Claude was the better one to create my Japanese trip itinerary, but for a different use case, helping me write and improve emails, Copilot or ChatGPT might have been a better tool.
I think if you're listening to this and you don't have 20 and 30 years of experience in technology, what we can say, right, because we do, I think what we can say is it takes 5 years for things to kind of come through the belly of the python or come through the channel. And this is the beginning of the beginning. And so there's no one answer. And I think maybe there was a little bit of a rush for an answer. I've been sensing an impatience amongst some of the community. And this is not the time for impatience. This is the time for, to your point, due diligence, exploration, vetting, and thinking out loud together with your peers and colleagues and going, what did you know? But not for this conversation, I wouldn't have given Claude a second thought because I'm married to ChatGPT and Copilot. I'm really happy there. But what you just said, I have 3 trips coming up. And I'm like, okay, let me now go out and explore that. But not for you. That wouldn't be on my weekend itinerary. Close me up with what your weekend is like. Share with the community, if you will. Here's your weekend routine. Are you totally off the grid? Are you experimenting? Are you playing? What are you doing on the weekends?
Well, I'm starting to write again. I've written books in the past on trial technology use. I recently published an article on Gen AI metadata use in the tools. So I'm starting to write on not super high lofty topics about ethics or anything like that, but about Gen AI use in the legal community. And I would call them foundational type articles on Gen AI use. I'm doing it to increase my own knowledge and to make sure people know that I am staying on the cutting edge. So
Shannon, give us a as we close here, just give us a little commercial for MTO and your team, and what, if anything, are you looking for? Are you looking for talent? Are you looking for advisors? Are you looking for a day off? What? A raise and a promotion?
Well, I think MTO remains on the cutting edge of legal tech and consulting. We're a white glove service firm. We want to continue to offer the best consultations that can be offered with the best people and the most efficient processes and workflow. And we're I think, really fortunate to have leadership that supports us in that, makes sure that we have the best tools, that we have the best people. And, I'm excited to see what's going to happen over the next several years.
Shannon, thank you so much for taking the time out and joining us today. Have a great day.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
If you enjoyed this show, be sure to give us a like and subscribe on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or anywhere else you get your shows. And if you want to take your career from now to next, never eat alone.